afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the Daily Digest. I'm your host, Ashley Levesque, and happy Thursday. We've got a lot to talk about today, so without further ado, let's get into it. First, a Lake Charles man is facing a lengthy prison term after he was found guilty of dealing dangerous drugs. The Calcasieu Parish District Attorney's Office says 42-year-old Timothy Riley was caught in 2025 with a large stash of fentanyl, synthetic marijuana, and other drugs, all with the intent to sell. A jury found him guilty on all counts. However, because of Riley's criminal history, the DA's office says they'll seek habitual offender enhancements at sentencing, and that date is set for May 21st. And speaking of sentencing dates, the sentencing for former DeRidder Mayor Misty Roberts has been pushed back. Roberts was convicted of felony sex crimes with a then 16-year-old boy. The original sentencing was supposed to be April 17th, but it has now been pushed back to June 9th. Reason why is because her defense team filed a motion to continue, saying they need more time to gather transcripts for pre-sentencing motions. The judge sided with them, but the Beauregard DA's office objected to the delay, saying the continuance was just not necessary. Roberts was convicted March 3rd and faces up to 17 years in prison, and she remains out on bond. A Southwest Louisiana funeral home will be closed until it pays over $40,000 in fines. Here's why. The White Oaks Funeral Home and its owner, Greg Strother, are being accused of violating Louisiana law. The Louisiana State Board of Embalmers and Funeral Directors found 37 violations, all ranging from unprofessional and unethical conduct to failing to deposit funds into a funeral trust account. It was last year that 7 News reported White Oaks was forced to close its doors and Strother's funeral director license was suspended for 6 months. We will be investigating more on this tonight. More than $200 in tips was allegedly stolen by a DoorDash driver. Servers at Orinoco Restaurant expect to take home the tips that they worked so hard for, and never did they think that a DoorDash driver would have other plans. The whole thing was caught on camera, so I'm going to play out the footage and we are going to walk through it together. So this is at Orinoco Restaurant on Common Street in Lake Charles. You can see here zoomed in, this is the DoorDash driver. You can see she has taken a checkbook and she's holding it underneath the bar. Now, if you look to the left side of your screen, this is a server, Mason Buckman, and he's cleaning off a table, and you can see she's doing everything that she can to keep the checkbook out of his line of sight. And right after this, she left with it. Buckman said, "The DoorDash driver took advantage of me being busy and not being vigilant to my things, and she just went ahead and took advantage." Buckman also said that it contained not only hundreds of dollars in cash, but letters to his family. A police report has been filed, and then he went on to say that the money hurt, but the personal items that were taken is what he wants back the most. And Caleb Carter will have more on this story at 5. If you showed up to work and you put in the hours and you did not get paid, what would you do? Well, that is what some workers say happened at the Popeyes on Country Club Road in Lake Charles. Employees claimed they were working for weeks, some nearly a month, without pay. The district manager reported the general manager after finding out he allegedly allowed them to work without proper hiring paperwork or having access to clock in. Franchise owner High Noon Restaurant Group says the issue led to an internal investigation. They reviewed surveillance video, confirmed the hours that were worked, and once the investigation concluded, payroll was processed today and workers should receive payment tomorrow. And those are all of your Thursday headlines for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be right back here tomorrow at 4:30, and y'all have a wonderful evening.